Hi, this is your host Abdul Bhartia, and welcome to our series on production videos for 2022. And once again, we have with us Alex Gounares, co-founder and CEO of Polyverse. Alex, it's great to have you on the show again.
Great to be back, Swapna.
Yeah, we had you on the show last year, so I do want to check how many of your predictions turn out to be true. Before we go there, please tell us quickly what is Polyverse all about today.
So, Polyverse, we're a cybersecurity company focused on providing a hardened version of Linux. In particular, we focus on protecting systems against memory attacks, script injection attacks, and so forth. One of our key value props is that our protection works even if you don't have a patch system. So whether you're in the cloud or on a device, if it's difficult to patch, if you use our technology, we can provide a strong level of protection for you.
Excellent. Now, if I would ask you to please grab your crystal ball and tell us what predictions do you have for 2022?
Well, maybe I would start with how my predictions panned out last year. And last year, I had two big predictions. One was that there would be industry consolidation in the cybersecurity field. And the second was that zero trust would go from zero trust networking to zero trust everywhere, zero trust everything. I'm glad to say both predictions came true. If you look at the cybersecurity industry in terms of acquisitions, there were 60.6% increase in cybersecurity acquisitions, M&A activity so far this year. And that's just so far, according to 451 Research. And that's compared to an industry backdrop of about 11.1% increase in M&A across the entire tech sector. So it's very, very definitely cybersecurity was the hot space for mergers and acquisitions. On my second prediction of zero trust everywhere, that one is a little bit difficult to measure because how do you measure how much people are talking about it? But maybe the simplest proof point is in the spring of last year, President Biden issued a cybersecurity directive. And one of the key tenets of that cybersecurity directive was to implement zero trust everywhere. So, if it makes it to the president's desk, I'm going to count that one as a win because that's that pretty much means it's in the mainstream consciousness at that point.
Thanks for sharing those. And, of course, we had a great discussion last year about that. Now, I want to also hear your thoughts on the predictions that you have for the next year.
Thanks, Weltno. So for 2022, I have two big predictions again. The first is that the industry consolidation will continue to happen. It might be a slightly slower pace than it was in 2021, but there's still a lot of need out there, a lot of fabulous companies that are building some very innovative products. And one of the things that we consistently see from, at least from the customers we work with, is this idea of customers want a one-stop shop. They want to just have their problem solved. And so I think we're going to see a lot of the bigger players continuing to acquire and absorb a lot of these sort of innovative point solutions to provide a more comprehensive end-to-end offering. So that's my first prediction. The wave of consolidation will continue into 2022. My second prediction, I'm not as confident in, but I think it's going to happen. And it's basically using blockchain as a fundamental technology for cybersecurity technologies or cybersecurity products. Blockchain in the form of Bitcoin and Dogecoin and all the various altcoins out there obviously was quite the rage this year. And if you look at how much the value of Bitcoin has gone up and so forth, I mean, it's definitely hit the national consciousness for sure. But the technologies behind Bitcoin, specifically blockchain, are quite compelling. And for about a decade now, people have been saying, "Oh, there's lots we can do with it, lots we can do with it." And one of the things that I've seen as I've worked with various technology companies in the cybersecurity space this past year, there's been a number of companies that have figured out how to apply blockchain technology, that sort of technology behind Bitcoin, to really do some innovative things in cybersecurity. So my prediction for 2022 is that we're going to see some mainstream products introduced and hopefully get some traction that use blockchain behind the scenes. Now, whether or not they market it as a blockchain product, I don't know. But behind the scenes, I think blockchain is going to be a very fundamental technology for cybersecurity in 2022. So between consolidation and blockchain, those are my two predictions for 2022.
What is going to be the focus area for Polyverse, not only in 2022, but going forward? Because things have changed. We talk a lot about supply chain. That is becoming a very important topic for today's discussion. But I want to know from you, what is Polyverse now and what is going to be the focus?
So we continue to focus on our customers, which are primarily in the critical industries, government, banking, telecom, finance, legal, and so forth. And that whole value prop of protecting systems, even if they aren't patched, the whole value prop of providing this sort of end-to-end software supply chain integrity, where we can vouch for the entire history of every last piece of software in your system. We can tell you where the source code was, what compiler, the source code to the compiler, from everything from the bootloader up to the kernel, up to your application. So that sort of end-to-end supply chain, auditability and verification is incredibly important. So those will continue to be our areas of focus. We are working on some new products, not surprisingly, and I'm not ready to make an announcement just yet, but Swapno, you will be one of the first to know when we're ready to announce.
Excellent. Alex, once again, thank you for taking time out today and not only share the predictions for this year, also cross-check, the prediction that you made and how, far we've come. And thanks for, not only sharing the pulse you have on the industry and the market, but also sharing the focus that is going to be for the company in 2022 and going forward. And as usual, I would love to have you back on the show. And as you mentioned, a lot of exciting news coming out of Polyverse. So of course, we'll be bringing it out too as well. But thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much, Swapno. Thank you, everybody, for listening.